It was a hot day and we made baked Alaska, and my baked Alaska melted too. Yeah.
Baked Alaska on a hot day.
Yeah, it was quite disastrous. But someone else had even more of a disaster than me. So
you were quietly behind the oven going,
like,
yes!
Okay, I'm safe now.
Hello and welcome to the recipe brought to you by Filippo Berio. I'm your host Theo Randall, chef patron at Theo Randall Cucina Italiana. Today I'm joined by the Flavour Queen herself, a former fashion designer turned culinary star who captured the nation's hearts as a semi-finalist on the Great British Bake Off.
Everything in life has happened because I've just gone for it.
Yeah.
You have to be in it to win it. You can't win a lottery if you haven't bought the ticket. That's
so many
as
people
simple
think
as
they're
that.
going to win the lottery. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, how?
Yeah.
Have you bought the ticket?
Buy the
No.
ticket. For the last 10 years, she's been on a mission to simplify Indian home cooking and is the creative force behind Food with Chetna.
See, I'm constantly recipe testing. That's our dinner that day. So it's great. My kids love packet noodles because they never get it.
Yeah, of
so
course, yeah.
When they get the chance to have, instant noodles, it's a treat.
Please welcome Chetna Makan. Hi Chetna, this show is all about a recipe that tells a story. What are you going to cook for us today?
I'm making Methi Chicken for you today, and it's a very simple 5-ingredient dish.
Fantastic. So what's in the dish?
We've got methi, which is fresh fenugreek leaves. We've got chicken, and then we've just got one main spice and lots of ginger garlic.
So incredibly simple. So fenugreek, fresh fenugreek. Tell us about that. It's not something you see very often.
No, because it's such a Indian vegetable, and you don't get it in regular supermarkets. But you have to go and look for it in Asian supermarkets.
Okay.
And that is why I kind of wanted to share this recipe, because we all have one of those Asian supermarkets near us, and we see this and don't know what to do with it. So I thought it might be a good idea to show people what they can cook with it.
So you've written 10 cookbooks. I mean, that's an achievement in itself. What's your inspiration for writing a cookbook?
I want to give people something to make Indian food accessible and easy. And the minute I want to write a cookbook, the first thing I do is I want to look at what's not there in the market. So all the books I've written, whether it's 30-minute Indian or healthy Indian or the 5-ingredient Indian, there were no such cookbooks in the market when I wrote them. So I want to offer something new and something that will break down Indian food to make it slightly easier. That's my aim. It's such fresh, light, seasonal cooking, which I think we don't get to understand, which is why I write the books.
So you're a fashion designer by trade.
Yes.
You started in Mumbai as a fashion designer.
Yes.
Then you into Broadstairs in Kent in 2004.
Yeah.
So that must have been a real shock.
It was a shock because I had been, because of my work, to London a few times. We had a client there, and I had travelled a bit, but I had not been to such a small place as Broadstairs, where the shops close at 5 o'clock. And now things are different, but it was quite a shock. And I was like, I need to move from here and go somewhere else. And then summer came, and then I fell in love with the place, and we're still there.
There's nothing like summer in the UK.
Yes.
When it's shot,
yeah.
when the sun's
and by
shining.
the sea,
Amazing.
it's just magical.
And you're still living there?
Yes.
So did you move from there? Did you come to London?
No. I love coming to London.
Yeah.
But I love living where I live because I can just be by the sea and hear seagulls fighting for the food.
So you obviously became very famous for Bake Off.
Yes.
And poor Hollywood calling you the Flavour Queen.
Yes.
That's quite a title.
Yes, it was lovely hearing that because, that was my strength.
And so when you went on the show, did you think, right, I've got to show something that is different to everyone else, because British baking is quite, it's not got loads and loads of flavours.
Yeah.
So using your background of all these amazing spices and flavours, you put that into your baking?
Yes, exactly. But I didn't think I have to be different. I literally thought, what do I know? And I know Indian spices, and I'm not like, obviously we weren't pro going into Bake Off. We were supposed to be amateur bakers. So strength is not baking. My strength is the knowledge of Indian spices, and I can kind of tell what would go with what flavors in baking, and that actually became my strength.
So when I watch Bake Off, it's quite scary. I mean,
Yeah.
the things can go horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Was there anything that went badly wrong for you?
The main thing was it was a hot day and we made baked Alaska, and my baked
Oh
Alaska
my
melted
gosh.
too. Yeah.
Baked Alaska on a hot day.
Yeah, it was quite disastrous. But someone else had even more of a disaster than me. So
You were quietly behind the oven going,
like,
yes!
okay, I'm safe now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was Paul Hollywood like? Because he strikes me as being quite scary, because he's a great baker. He knows what he's talking about. But he's quite direct.
No, I think he was all right. I think they both, Mary and Paul, weren't scary.
Yeah.
But Mel and Sue were just lovely.
Yeah,
and
of
I think it made such a big difference because Paul and Mary would only come to judge, whereas Mel and Sue were around us the whole time.
You. Yeah.
So yeah, it was great experience. Yeah.
Well, let's start getting cooking.
Okay, great.
So these onions are cooking, they're nice and soft. So what are we going to do next?
And you can add some ginger garlic paste to this.
So this is just chopped up garlic
Yeah.
and ginger.
Yes.
Fresh
so
ginger.
I like to have little Tupperware of this in the fridge. It just makes life a bit easier because I like the taste of fresh
Yes.
ginger garlic. So this is fresh.
So by freezing it keeps it fresh.
Yeah, or even in the fridge because I
Okay.
cook every day, and it gets used by the end of the week. So I have enough for the week,
Okay.
and it remains fresh in the fridge.
So smart cooking. So you prep in
Yeah,
advance.
yeah.
Are you someone that plans your week's cooking on a
God,
Sunday?
no.
Oh, okay.
I don't even plan. So I like to entertain a lot and
Yeah.
have people over for food all the time.
Yeah.
I don't even plan that. So it'll be like I'll just think, oh, okay, I've got that. Let's cook this and let's cook this. And then an hour before they come, oh, I've got 10 minutes left. Let me make another dish. So yeah, it's just
So you're it's a very social kitchen.
very social kitchen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
nice.
love it. And it's open plan, so I can cook while they are having a drink, and then, so I don't miss out on anything.
Sounds
basically.
great. So is this a dish that you cook at home a lot? Is this a kind of a staple?
It is not a staple. I'll tell you why, because of the fenugreek.
Okay.
I can only find it once in a while. So it's actually a special dish. And fenugreek I wasn't sure my kids will love it, but they have grown up to love fenugreek. So it's quite a special dish for us because we don't make it very often. Do you cook a lot of Indian food at home?
I try. I mean, I do love making a curry, and I do find myself adding too many spices sometimes. But and I do the same thing. I use lots of onion. But actually,
so you need this book more than
I need
anyone.
this book more than anyone else. Seriously, I do. I mean, these sort of books for me they just teach you everything. It's recipes like this that I find really inspiring.
Oh.
So this is nice. The onions are really starting to caramelize now.
Yes.
And they've got that. They're sticking to the chicken.
Yes.
And the chicken's sort of cooking quite well.
That's exactly what we're looking for. All these little things add flavor.
Yeah.
So if you rush this and you think, oh, onions are done, it doesn't matter to have color on chicken or not, and just add the spices, then obviously with the few ingredients, you need to keep these little steps in mind to make it delicious, really.
So you were taught how to cook by your mother?
Taught
right?
as in very
Well,
loosely.
you
I
kind of
watched,
grew up in a kitchen, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Even to this date, really, when I go visit her, these days I'm always recording her on my phone.
Are
So
you?
yeah. I just feel that obviously I know how she cooks, but it's so nice to be able to share it with people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people seem to love her food and recipes. So
And she must be extremely proud of you.
yeah, she is. Yeah, she's a great cook. And I think what inspires is even now she will see something I've posted and say, how can I make it with this? And so she still wants to learn, which I find like quite inspiring.
But that's the thing about cooking is you never stop learning.
Yes.
I mean, you can be cooking all your life. And, I've learned something today about not cooking the garam masala. I used to always think you had to sort of fry it to get a lot of the flavor out, but it's not the case. So when you were growing up, so your mother you would be in the kitchen with her, you'd help her, you would do all the kind of help the preparation. And what was that like? I mean, did she cook for the family every day?
Yes, so that's what I grew up watching. We'd come back from school, and the dining table would be laid out with fresh lunch. We would return, I think, 2 to 15, and then we 3 sisters. So she would cook, we'll eat, and then it was our duty, 3 of us, to clear the table and pack everything up.
And then back to school.
No, and then like that's the end of the day. So we came back after school, and then our lunch was ready.
Yeah.
And then in the evening, she would cook something fresh. So that's how, and my parents love to entertain as well. I've just got that gene. And we would always have people over, whether it's family, friends, or obviously we had so many relatives. And when they came over, all the aunties would be in the kitchen cooking together, like helping out. It wasn't like my mom's just doing the cooking. They would help and chip in. And that's what I grew up watching. She still has no jars of anything. Even the pickle is made at home. Even the ketchup is made at home, and everything's made at home. So never, ever saw her opening a tin of anything in my life. Papad, which is poppadoms, were made at home.
Really?
I remember it was like our duty. So it's so hot. So the poppadoms would be made and then put to dry on the terrace, which we lived on first floor, and the terrace was 4th floor. And it was our duty to, after 2-3 hours, go and turn them over. So I remember, so I've grown up with food as such a big part of my life, and it still is. Yeah.
Do you miss the fashion world?
I do miss the fashion world, but I try and kind of, carry it where I can. But yeah, I do miss working with the clothes and the weaves and
But this is another form of art, isn't it?
It is a form of art, absolutely.
And that is beautiful looking. Look at that.
Absolutely. This is brilliant, and it's done.
This looks amazing. Should we plate up?
Yes, please.
It smells so good. That fenugreek really comes out. I'm surprised at how much aroma it has. Because when you eat it raw, it doesn't taste that strong.
No.
But when it's cooked, it's
Yeah.
very different. Okay, I'm going to tuck in. I can't wait any longer. So, lovely bit of naan bread. And then, so tender. That thigh is so tender. And I saw you put quite a lot of chili in there. It doesn't taste like super spicy.
You can get mild chili powders and buy according to your taste, really.
And that's in the new book.
Yeah, 5 ingredient in tin.
So when you wrote the book, you do everything from home.
Yeah.
So you do all of your YouTube stuff, you do all of your social media, you do all the cookery writing, recipe writing, and not the photography, because you obviously do that in the studio.
Yeah.
But what's it like being at home? I mean, it must be pretty hectic. Your fridge must be constantly full.
Actually, not really, because it's great that I can work from home. I'm so used to my kitchen that it's so at ease. I know exactly where everything is. And then whatever I cook for, whether it's YouTube or when I am writing a book, then obviously I'm constantly recipe testing. That's our dinner that day. So I'm not cooking separately for our meals.
Yeah.
Exactly. So this, I say, I recipe tested this, so this is what we'll eat for dinner. So it's great. My kids love packet noodles because they never get it.
Yeah, of
so
course. Yeah.
When they get the chance to have, instant noodles, it's a treat.
Yeah, I bet they must love it when you're writing a new cookbook. Mum, when's the new cookbook coming? Because we want to eat really well every night. Not that you don't eat
No, but that's it. Because I think they are so spoiled, and they know that they're spoiled. Because when I'm not writing a cookbook, I'm still cooking for YouTube. So I'm not making same recipes for YouTube. I'm making a different recipe every time, every video. So we don't actually have those, other than having a few regular things. We don't have same things on repeat like a lot of people have, which is fair enough. Tuesdays is so and so, Fridays fish day, or
Creatures of habit.
Yeah, exactly. That doesn't work in our house, actually. Yeah.
Your husband's a doctor, isn't he?
Yes. Yeah.
So coming back from work, he just must be so exciting coming home. What have you been cooking today?
He's actually not a fussy eater, so yeah, he's happy with whatever is served. And to be honest, he is served some great food. So
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure.
yeah, he's happy with. He's just happy with dal rice, to be honest.
So in the book 5 Ingredient Indian, you have these 5 masalas.
Yes.
So tell us about those 5 masalas, because obviously they're incredibly important for having the different masalas.
Yes. So obviously there are lots of recipes in the book where I don't use a spice blend masalas in them at all. It could just be like chili and ginger garlic, and all the flavor is coming from those kind of things. But there are 5 masalas in here which are a great base for your Indian cooking. So one of them we've used in this, which is garam masala. Then there is a chaat masala, which is like a sour fresh spice mix. So it's got like mango powder and black salt.
Ooh, mango powder. What's that?
It's when mangoes are in season, the raw green mangoes, they are dried and they're made into this powder. You can't use them for sweet because they're very sour. It's just a refreshing kind of mix. So that chaat masala is based on that spice blend.
Okay.
Then we've got tandoori masala, which obviously everyone must have heard of. And it's got red chili powder, and it's got cumin, because it's really good to... traditionally, we would use it just for like tandoori chicken, which is very famous. But I've tried to use it in lentils, with fish and, different things. It's a nice base for marinades and even salads, to be honest. And then we've got sabji masala, which is my own creation, because it's a great spice blend for just everyday vegetables. Podi masala is a South Indian inspired spice blend, which has got a bit of lentils in it.
Okay.
So it has a slight crunch, and it's great. It's traditionally used with dosa and South Indian food like idli and stuff, but I've tried to use it in rice, and I've tried to use it in curries. It's really good. So I've tried to give a variety, and none of the masalas taste like each other. So there's a freshness and a different flavor in all of them.
So with all your things going on, obviously you spend a lot of time filming on, well, you have your digital ecosystem, which is Food with Chetna.
Yes.
And that must take up quite a lot of time. I mean, you are filming on your own.
Yes.
In the kitchen.
Yeah.
And I've seen it, and it's pretty well filmed with your phone.
Yes.
So how do you set that up? Because when you're filming in a kitchen, you kind of move around, but you seem to get it all in one frame.
I do. When I am filming myself, it's static.
Yeah.
But then otherwise, I am filming
on top,
the cooking myself.
Around,
So it's moving around. And actually, before, when I started the channel, I used to have a team of people come in to film.
Yeah.
But then lockdown happened and they couldn't get to the house. And my kids were off school, so they took on the challenge of filming me. And they were only little, but they filmed, and it was great. And what I realized was, when we were filming ourselves, I was so much more relaxed. I was like, saying my own thing, and I was just chill. I would wake up, be in my dressing gown and cook. I was just being, and it's my home kitchen, so there is no setup, there is no formality, and it is what it is. Sometimes the sink has things dirty in it, and that's absolutely fine. So I found that it was more enjoyable to watch when I was doing it myself. And then I continued. I really enjoy it.
And you have no strangers in the house wanting cups of tea. So you said that your philosophy is all about removing, the psychology of cooking and kind of reducing the amount of ingredients you use. Is that your main thoughts when writing a cookbook?
Not for every book, but this was particularly where a lot of times people would say, I don't have this and I don't have that. What can I replace it with?
Yeah.
And sometimes, like for fenugreek, dried fenugreek, if I have it in a dish, there is no replacement. There is no replacement for fresh curry leaves. And I just thought it'll be quite nice if I simplify it and make it easier. And naturally, there are lots of recipes in India where they're cooked with very few ingredients. I don't have to create those recipes. They naturally exist. And I thought, it's a great base for a book. There is no such book out there, and that'll help people. So yeah, that was the idea behind it.
I love the book because it's kind of very doable recipes. And I hope you're going to send me one when it's...
Yes.
Thank you. But also there's lots of vegetarian recipes, which are always great.
Yeah.
Secondly, it's really easy to navigate.
Yeah.
I know but for me, a cookbook has to be easy to navigate. You've got to look through it, and it's all in sort of sections or chapters that make sense. And that really makes sense. I love the fact you've got sort of pulses in some, and you've got chicken in the other. And that kind of seems very obvious, but very few cookbooks are like that. They tend to be too many chapters.
Yeah, I think I have come across some books where, for example, they're just talking about breakfast, but I might want to have beans on toast for dinner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I need those beans in the bean section, not in the breakfast section. And that's the idea behind it. If I want to make a chicken dish, I just go straight to the chicken chapter. If I want to make fish, I go to the fish chapter. Same with dal, or there's starters, there's flatbreads, there is rice. And I always have a chapter of chutneys, because I just think chutneys is quite a big part of Indian food, which obviously we kind of don't know.
And they're easy to make. They're not difficult to make.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they're not fermented. And there are some kinds, but everyday chutneys are made, blitz, eaten.
But flatbreads are easy to make too.
Exactly. So that's the whole idea. I personally, that's how most of my books are kind of designed as well. So it's easy to pick.
Yeah.
And then I try and do menus in the book. So say I'm cooking this, but you don't know you're cooking for friends or for more people. And you think, what can I serve this with? So I suggest that you make this and make a dal with it. So which dal, which flatbreads. So I try and give you suggestion of what to serve with it, so you don't have to think about it.
So you have a complete meal.
Yeah.
So you started off as fashion designer in Mumbai.
Yeah.
So how did you get from Mumbai being a fantastic fashion designer working for a very high-end company and coming to Broadstairs and becoming a super successful cookery writer, just food guru?
Oh God, that's a bit step too far.
No, it's not at all.
None of the stuff in my life has been planned. And yes, I was doing really well. I had just launched my own label as well, and I was working for good brands, good companies. But my husband, at the time, my boyfriend, decided that he wanted to kind of study more medicine in the UK. And we just said, one evening, go and give the exam. And then he gave the exam and he got through and he came. And then we, got married a year after that. And then I joined him here. And I found, after moving here, I missed the food a lot.
Yeah.
And
what was it like coming to, I mean, it must have been such a huge shock of like having, your mother cooking, growing up with your mother cooking, and just that sort of whole Indian lifestyle. And all of a sudden you're in seaside England.
With no Indian Asian shop.
Yeah.
Let me just say that.
Yeah, I'm sure, yeah.
Now there is, but there wasn't. And I left home at 17, so I kind of had left my mum's food behind, but I still had Indian food in Mumbai. And then when I came here, there was no Asian shop. So we would, every 4 months, drive to Southall, fill the boot of the car with packs of rice and atta and lentils, because there was no shop locally where we lived. And then there was no Indian restaurants where I live in Broadstairs. So I started cooking a lot more from scratch. And I found that actually food is a really good icebreaker.
Yeah, of course.
So when you meet people, I would meet people, make friends, and invite them over for food.
Yeah.
That was brilliant. And I made so many friends. And after having kids, I would bake and, we would have lots of coffee and cake mornings with little children. And then once one of my friends suggested, why don't you apply for Bake Off? And we used to watch it. I went in the 5th series, and all 4 series we would discuss, you watched who went and what did they make and this and that. And I said, why not? Everything in life has happened because I've just gone for it.
Yeah.
And I always feel that you have to be in it to win it. You can't win a lottery if you haven't bought the ticket. That's
So many
as
people
simple
think
as
they're
that.
going to win the lottery. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, how?
Yeah, yeah.
Have you bought the ticket?
Buy the
No.
ticket.
That's my philosophy. I think nothing in life has just landed on my lap. I've
course.
worked for it, and I think that's just something that I continue to do. Doing the book and doing YouTube, you know, I really enjoy. I enjoyed fashion. I enjoyed
Yeah.
food. So hopefully it will continue.
But you were not tempted to go into fashion when you came to UK?
I did try,
Yeah.
and it was quite far to travel to London. So I worked in Dorothy Perkins because
yeah.
that was
Yeah.
at the time
Yeah.
it was opening, and I thought I'll work with clothes, and it wasn't like working with clothes.
No,
It
sure.
was just not what I had thought. So after a few years, I left and then didn't go back. Yeah.
Well, you've done all right. Well, I've got a few quick fire questions here.
Yes.
What would your last meal on earth be?
Oh, it'll have to be my mum's chicken curry. She makes a mean chicken curry, and it's just simple spices. It's just masala chicken, and it's amazing.
It's just masala chicken. Come on, what?
No, as
Expand.
in,
What's just masala
no, it's
chicken?
just literally. I actually videoed her last time. I was visiting, and she made it for me. I videoed her, and then I make it back myself, exactly the same thing, but it's just
not
hers.
the same. Yeah.
That I want it from her.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
last
yeah.
meal would have to be chicken curry made by her.
And it just tastes different to yours.
Yeah, it just tastes different.
It's the love.
Yes, it is.
It's the love. So another one is guilty pleasure snack.
Oh, there's so many, but I love a slice of white toast with salted butter, raspberry jam.
Oh,
You know, just
salted butter.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
it's white slice as
Yeah.
well. No sourdough will
So
do.
that's your Broadstairs influence, is it?
Yeah, or just a nice cup of chai with lots of biscuits to done.
Yeah. What kind of biscuits?
Digestive.
Gotcha.
Plain
Gotcha.
digestive.
And then the last one, if you cook for any one person, past or present,
Yeah.
who would it be and what would you cook them?
Oh, I'd just cook anything. But my grandfather, my mum's dad, was a big foodie, and I saw him like his love for food. But he passed away when I was like 18, 19. I would love to cook for him. Like it would, like my grandmother wasn't such a big foodie, but he was such a big foodie. And I think a bit of my love comes from him via my mum, obviously.
Yeah.
But I would give anything to cook a meal for him.
Oh, that's so lovely. And he would be your number one fan, you realise that?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I can. He would. Yeah.
Chetna, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show. Thank you for coming on the recipe.
Thank you so much for having me. This was fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for listening to this episode of The Recipe with me, Theo Randall. You can find Chetna's full recipe on the Filippo Berro website at filippoberro.co.uk/Theo. And be sure to order a copy of her new book, 5 Ingredient Indian. Don't forget to subscribe, follow, and share the podcast wherever you listen. Until then, happy cooking.